Welcome back, everybody. Cody Fern has been pretty busy working on a lot of big projects that I'm sure you've seen, starring in the Assassination of Gianni Versace, The Tribes of Palos Verdes with Jennifer Garner, and the final season of House of Cards. He also plays the son of the devil on American Horror Story Apocalypse. Here he is in full Antichrist mode.
We know who you are. Your allies are all dead. You failed.
I've already proven to you that I can defy death. I'm just gonna bring her back. And when I do, my Ms. Mead will stand by me as we watch you die.
You're alone.
I'm never alone. I have my father.
Whew, and your father's a pretty mean guy. So.
Yeah, seemingly so.
So, Cody, thank you for stopping by. I'm a huge fan of yours. So tell me about this role. You know, how do you prep to play the son of Satan?
Well, I read a lot of Ayn Rand.
Did you really?
I did, and I read a lot of the Old Testament, and I watched a lot of politics. So.
Interestingly so, on Election Day, there you go.
Perfect day for it.
So you have played, let's talk about some of your recent roles. So you broke out into Hollywood fairly recently, I would say. You've played, you know, Assassination of Gianni Versace. That was one of the biggest roles, right, recently that you've gotten.
That was the biggest role today. I'd done a small indie film called The Tribes of Palos Verdes.
Which I love and I recommend you see.
Yeah, thanks. And then it was on to Gianni Versace, and then it kind of grew from there. It was Versace, and then House of Cards, and then Horror Story. So
it's like one thing right after the other, all this success. So let's talk about, Gianni Versace and how you got that role.
Sure.
Playing David Madson. What was that process like, that casting call?
It was actually fairly simple. It was straightforward. I was in London working on a script at the time, and I got a phone call that there was an audition for Ryan Murphy, and I'd always wanted to work with Ryan. I think he's a genius and the most creative person in television today. And I flew back from London for the audition, and it was kind of one of those ones that you just win in the room. And I'd not won that in the room before, so it was nice. I went in, I had a call back, and then Ryan kind of said, yeah, he's the one, so let's bring him in. And a week later, I was shooting.
There you go. And he loves to keep his people nice and close, his actors.
Yeah.
So that's why Gianni Versace kind of led into American Horror Story, because he's a producer for both of them. So American Horror Story, tell me about, obviously we know you play the son of the devil, but tell me about the storyline happening.
Well, it ends up being the crossover season between Murder House and Coven, two of the fan-favorite seasons. I play a character from the first season who has brought about the apocalypse and is kind of now here to fight the witches. And so it's a setup between Sarah Paulson's character and my character, and then a whole bunch of other cool people like Kathy Bates playing a robot.
What is that like, playing opposite of these incredible women?
It's insane. I mean, it's a dream come true. I've been watching Kathy Bates since I was a kid, you know. Misery is one of the films that I've watched multiple times, and that has inspired me. And, of course, Sarah Paulson invented acting, so she's so good. And then you have Jessica Lange and Billy Lord and all of these incredible people, so it's been overwhelming.
And next up for you is House of Cards. Next up for people to see you in is House of Cards. So let's talk a little bit about that. Obviously, been in the news a lot lately because of Kevin Spacey. So you had just signed on when this whole thing kind of happened with Kevin.
No, I'd signed on before.
You did?
Yeah, we started filming, and then we took a hiatus and came back and then continued filming.
And what was that like, that energy? How was the set?
The set was great. I mean, the thing about the energy on set was that everybody was so excited to stand behind Robin, and she's such a formidable talent, and she's been holding it up since season 2, so it was really extraordinary just to stand behind her and really get behind women in that.
Right, another woman standing, you know, acting with another powerhouse.
Extraordinary woman who is not allowing the actions of one man to define the entire season of a series that people have built over 6 years, you know.
Nor should she,
so,
absolutely.
Exactly.
So you've played in Palos Verdes, you're a drug addict. Gianni Versace, you're murdered. You're playing the Antichrist. So can I see you in a rom-com maybe anytime soon? Maybe a Disney movie?
Well, look, if I get a good script for a rom-com, I'll do
There
it.
you go.
I'll play a Disney prince. You know, I'd like to play somebody a little bit darker in the Disney world, but I don't think that's going to happen.
You're all about those dark roles.
I love
can
dark
tell.
roles, yeah.
I can tell. And so I had no idea you were Australian. You play the American accent really well, I must say.
Thanks.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
That was pretty good. All right, so thank you so much for stopping by. I'm such a huge fan. You have to check out Palos Verdes. I just saw it 2 weekends ago before I knew I was going to be interviewing you. So.
And the last 2 episodes of Horror Story are coming up.
I know,
so it's going to be quite a ride.
Exactly, where you play the son of Satan. He likes those dark roles. American Horror Story Apocalypse airs Wednesday night on FX. The entire final season of House of Cards is streaming right now on Netflix. And up next, we continue our Good Day LA series, Caring for Parents, Caring for Kids, with a look at how to deal with one of the many hard decisions people face when dealing with dementia in the family. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.